Aloha, everyone. Mahalo nui for joining us today with our webinar series of Na Moolelo Kahiko. We will begin at 2 p.m. So while we're waiting, we would like for you folks to tell us where you're joining in from. What part of the world are you watching Na Moolelo Kahiko from? Let's see what some responses we have. Anybody want to share? There we go. We have Ana Malia from Hanapepe, Kauai. Aloha kaua, Ana Malia. Let's check our Facebook. We have people from Kailua, Oahu. Aloha. Ooh, we have ohana from Kula, Maui, North Carolina, Waimanalo, Nanakuli, Hana Maui, Aotearoa. Aloha. Where else? Where else do we have ohana from? Waianae, aloha. The UK, whoo! Mahalo nui for joining in. Hilo, aloha. Aloha kaua. El Paso, Maikai. More ohana from Oahu, people from Canada, people just sharing their aloha. Sunside, Washington, Waialua, Kauai, Kauai, from Canada again. Kailua, Oahu, aloha kako. All right, so it's 2 p.m. We'll get started now. Before we get started, we would like to ask you folks to please join us for our opening protocol. The words will be up on the screen and you folks can just follow along with us.
So, aloha mai kako. Welcome to Na Moolelo Kahiko, or the Ancient Stories. This is brought to you by Polani Makamai, who just greeted you, and myself, Aunty Kū-A-Kanaka. And we are Kū-A-Kanaka, which is a social enterprise. Kū-A-Kanaka means to stand as a Hawaiian, to live as a Hawaiian, to be as a Hawaiian. And today we're going to be talking about Nanaue, the shark god of Waipio.
Let's begin with protocol. Aloha e, aloha e na aqua, aloha e na aumakua, aloha e na alio Hawaii, aloha e na kupuna, aloha e na makua, aloha e ka lehulehu. Aloha e. Aloha.
So this chant greeted all of us. We call it an outside-in greeting, where we acknowledge the most powerful being first, which is Akua, and then go all the way down to the lehu, which could include a little mo'o on the ledge there, or a lana that's sitting in the corner. We include everybody, and we greet all of you with aloha. Our next chant is a centering chant that was composed by Aunty Edith Kanakaole, and we do that 3 times.
E ho mai kai ke mai luna mai e o na mea una no e au na mele e ho mai e ho mai. E ho mai e ho mai. Ka ike mai luna mai o na mea una no e au na mele. E ho mai ho mai ho mai ho mai ka ike mai luna mai o na mea una no e au na mele. E ho mai ho mai ho mai Mahalo.
Mahalo nui. Mahalo e Polani, and mahalo for all of you who joined in. Today I was on a Zoom this morning with Aunty Hokolani Holt, and she said, when you chant, you have to be bold. And so, think about that. Be bold when you chant. Mai hila hila. We'll start with our ho'olauna. Go ahead.
Mahalo. Belina me ke aloha nui a ka kopa kahia pau. O wau no o Polani Makamai ka o ako kalani kahakalau. Keiki a ku hina hina kui kahakai kahakalau a me na lei kahakalau. Aloha. O Hawaii ku'u moku puni. O Hilo ku'u one hānau. O Waiʻolena ku'u kai. O Mauna Kea ku'u mauna. O Waipio Kū-A-Vava. Mahalo.
Polani, can you share a little bit how any of these places have shaped you into who you are today?
All these places actually shaped me into the individual I am today, but especially Waipio. Waipio was the place where my sister and I was raised. Waipio taught us how to live off the land, take care of the land, and also aloha the land. This is all things that I want to teach my own Keiki now, the importance of what it is to take care of our ʻāina.
Mahalo. A ea no wau, o wau o Kū-A-Kanaka, Keiki a Lopaka Kahakalau, Keiki a Williama ke a Honui Kahakalau, Keiki a Daniela ke Kino Kahakalau, a me ke au o Pupele. Mai ka mokupuni o Hawaii, ka mokupuni o Maui, a me Molokai, a me Oahu, ka ohana Hawaii, a mai Kelemania mai ka ohana o Ku'umama. O Honolulu, ku'u one hānau, o Hawaii, ku'u mokupuni. O Hāmākua, ku'u moku, o Kilauea, ku'u mauna. O Makua, ku'u kai, a o Waipio, ku'u avava. And just like Polani, Waipio has had a huge influence on myself, not just as a mother and as a Hawaiian, but also as an educator, because it was there that we learned from the ʻāina and we learned from the kupuna about education with aloha. And so we are so happy today to share with you a mo'olelo that comes actually out of Waipio.
In the chat, we would like for you folks to share 2 places that have shaped you into who you are today. So I'll be checking Zoom and Facebook. Let's see. Wai manalo a me hana pepe, maikai. Where else? Where else has shaped you into the individual that you are today? Hanalei me ha'ena, mai ka'iloa. Other places for people?
I see Kawaikini, me Wailua Kauai.
Ai, honua ula me hamakua loa, wai manalo, We have Hanalei and Kahana Valley, Hana, Moku o Waialua, Waipiʻo me Puʻukapu, Nana Collins Okinawa.
Okay.
We're from all places. Kanaloa me Ka'u, Kane Ohe a me Puʻuiki, Makakilo, Kane Ohe Puʻuiki, Palolo a me Puna, Hanalei and Kahana Valley, Makaweli, no milu a me Kihei, Maika Iloa. Mahalo nui for sharing.
Hi. So today we're going to tell you a story, and it actually is told to you by Tutu Mālama. No leila eia no o Tutu a olana mai o ia aloha mai o wau o Tutu Mālama. And o kia Moʻolelo Kahiko, this story today is going to be part of a 5-part series. This is the second part of it, about ancient Hawaiian stories that we have used in a song called Keiki o ʻāina, and we will also learn that song today. Our story today is about Nanaue. But if you go to Waipiʻo Valley, they don't say Nanaue, they say actually Nanaue. And that happened in traditional times. We had dialects. Each of the islands, and sometimes within the islands as well, had different dialects. We know about it now when you hear Ni'ihau people speaking. Their Hawaiian is different than the Hawaiian that most of us that are Hawaiian as an additional learner speakers. So before these, in Waipio, we said Nanaue, and still yet many of the kupuna will say Nanaue. So if you hear Nanaue, know that it's the same person, it's the same waterfall, it's the same pool, then Nanaue. Nanaue, hanaho, everybody can say Nanaue.
Nanaue,
Neneve.
Neneve.
Likia like, same thing, mai kai. And so Nanaue or Nanaue is a sharkman. He comes from Waipio, and we will hear about his story today as he travels throughout the islands. And Eala o Nanaue. Before we go there, I'd like Tutu Malama would like to introduce you to her good friend, Mary Kawena Pukui, who we are so blessed because she left us this wonderful, wonderful puke called Aulena no Ea with almost 3,000 Hawaiian proverbs and poetical saying. And if you want to know more about Hawaiian culture and Hawaiian language, I would highly recommend that you get this book Aulena no Ea either as a hardcover, which is kind of expensive, or at a very good ebook price, downloading it directly from the Bishop Museum Press. We will be talking about these Olelo no Eau today quite frequently. And so whenever you see that ON next to an Olelo no Eau, that is the number that it is referred to in this book, Olelo no Eau, which again you can download from Bishop Museum Press. One of those Olelo no Eau is Aohe Pau Ka Ike I Kaha Lau Ho'okahi. Not all knowledge comes from one school or is contained in one school, and one can learn from many sources. Are my slides advancing okay?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Just wanted to double check. Another Olelo no Eau that is super important is Lehu Lehu a Mano Mano Ka Ikena a ka Hawaii. Let's say that together. Lehu Lehu a Mano Mano.
Ua lehu lehu a mano mano.
Ka Ikena a ka Hawaii.
Ka ikena a ka Hawaii.
And what that basically means is numerous is the knowledge of the Hawaiians. So our kupuna were very clear that we had great knowledge. And even though for 200 plus years we were told that our knowledge is of no value, we got to get back to the mana'o of our kupuna. And they said, again, what did they say? Ua lehu lehu a mano mano ka ikena a ka Hawaii. So lots and lots of knowledge among the ike of our kupuna, including the Moʻolelo Kahiko, the ancient stories.
In the chat, we would like for you to type 2 of your favorite ancient stories.
And that way, once this series is over, we can talk about some of these other stories that you folks are interested in. Mai ka'i mahalo. So as I mentioned, the way this song Keiki o Ka'aina, that is officially called Na Moolelo Kahiko, came about is that I was in a group of pregnant teens. Actually, I was not a teen, I was their kumu at Honoka'a High School. And this lady introduced this concept of felt stories to us. And she said, why don't you create some felt stories that you can teach your Keiki once she's born? And so I created these felt stories about 3 mo'olelo of Waipio and then 1 mo'olelo of Hawaii Island. And I needed a hui. And so we did a really simple hui called Keiki o Ka'aina la. Please repeat. Keiki o Ka'aina la.
Keiki o Ka'aina la.
Ho'olohe mai ka kou la.
Ho'olohe mai ka kou la.
Ina mo'olelo la.
Ina mo'olelo la.
O ka wā kahiko.
O ka wā kahiko.
Most of you will have heard this song before. It's on the radio. It's available on iTunes. And it comes from the album or the CD called Keiki o Ka'aina. And here you see my sister Robi and our oldest daughter, ʻīina mai Kalani, who is dancing with her in Waipiʻo Valley. And basically what Keiki o Ka'aina la just means is children of the land. Ho'olohe mai ka ko la, let us listen Ina mo'olelo la to the stories o ka wā kahiko of the ancient times. And so here is this story. Before we get started, we need to review a few vocabulary because I will be jumping in and out of Hawaiian and mixing it and just using both at the same time, because I think this is how we're going to normalize the language. Is there's many that aren't quite ma'a to listening to the story all in Hawaiian, but you know so many words already. And I really want you to try and ho'olohe when we olelo Hawaii and see how much you understand. So here are some of the words. Let's repeat. Aikanaka.
Aikanaka.
Ku'i o pihi.
Ku'i o pihi.
Wahamano.
Wahamano.
Kua.
Kua.
Kihei.
Kihei.
I'o.
I'o.
Halemua.
Halemua.
Kupunakane.
Kupunakane.
Wailele.
Wailele.
Ki'owai.
Ki'owai.
Now, I bet you most of you know a lot of these words, but just in case you don't, kalamai, one more word. Po'alima.
Po'alima.
Right. So many of you know some of these words, maybe not necessarily in the context that we will be using them, but you've seen them before, you've heard them before. Ai kanaka, man eater. Ai and kanaka, a man eater. Ku'i o pihi, to pound or to gather o pihi. Wahamano, shark's mouth. Kua, back. Kihei is a shoulder covering. I'o refers to meat. Halemua is the men's eating house. Kupunakane, grandfather. Wailele, waterfall. Ki'owai, a pool that you find in the mountains. Not so much a swimming pool made of concrete, but more of a natural pool in somewhere out in nature. And Po'alima, which we know as Friday, but really what Po'alima was in traditional times was a community work day where the ali'i would call all the men, let's say, in a valley like Waipio, and they would come and work at the king's lo'i, or they would work at the king's fish pond, or any other properties that the king owned. And that was their way of taking care of the king so that the king, the mo'i or the ali'i, could take care of them. And here on the right-hand side, you see the wailele, you see a wailele, specifically the wailele of Nanaue or Nanaue in Waipiʻo Valley. No leila, ea ka mo'olelo. Ma ka mokupuni o Hawaii, ma ka moku ha makua, aia no ke awawa o Waipio. I loko keia awawa aia ki kahi wailele kaulana loa oia ho'i o hi'ilawe. Ma ka auawae aia ki kahi pali nunui kapa ia o muliwai. A eia no ka wailele o Nanaue e iho ana. Ma lalo loa o kela wailele aia ki ki'owai o Nanaue. Aia no ho'i ki kahi ala, he ala ali'i hele mai kahakai a mauka loa I Waimā. A eia no ho'i ki kahi lo'i nunui kapa ia ke kōʻele a umi, a me ke kahi a hele mai ke kiʻowai o Nanaue a hiki i ke kai. So I hope you understood most of that already. In case you didn't, let me kind of review it one more time in English. So on the island of Hawaii, in the district of Hamakua, is the valley of Waipio, known by its dual waterfall, Hiʻilawe. On the other side, on the Waimanu side of Waipio, is a huge pali that is referred to as Muliwai, and there we find the waterfall of Nanaue. On the bottom of this waterfall, and there's multiple falls, there is a pool called the Pool of Nanaue. We also have the King's Trail, the alali'i, that goes along the Muliwai Pali all the way from the beach way back into the valley, into this pocket that is called Waima. And people used to travel that King's Trail all the time, and it is still used for people who want to go to the Pool of Nanaue. They go from the beach and they walk that King's Trail all the way back to what we just called Nanaue, which is both the waterfall and the pool. In Waipio, there is still an area that is referred to as the Ko'ele a Umi, and that was Umi's taro patch in ancient times. And that is where people would come on those po'alimas and work for Umi and for his descendants on a time specified by the ali'i, and that was the way that Umi was able to feed his household. One more thing that people don't know too much about is that there is a lava tube that goes from the pool of Nanaue all the way out into the ocean. And we will talk about that lava tube, this a little bit more. So here you see Kawailele o Nanaue. I put it in there so you can see a little bit better. And on the right-hand side, you have a different view. This is Nanaue or Neneve in Waipiʻo Valley. Here is the pool. So when you get up walk all the way up that King's Trail, you will get to this pool, and it's a wonderful pool to swim in. And Polani and her sister and her friends all grew up swimming in this Ki'owai o Nanaue, not before obviously throwing a tea leaf inside, because we always do that before we swim in any pools in the mountains. You throw that tea leaf inside just to make sure that nobody is in there that doesn't want you to be in there, and just for safety reasons. And if the la'i floats on the surface, you're good. If it sinks, more better you change your plans and go somewhere else to swim. Because a lot of times in these mountain pools, there are also undercurrents. And so this way you can make sure that you're safe and that you're not being sucked down into an underground lava tube. Here is Ke Kahakai o Waipio, or Waipio Beach, on a very calm day. This is probably a picture that was taken during the summertime, because in the wintertime we have big waves that come in. Remember, now we're on Hawaii Island. There's no reef to protect us. And so the ocean here can be very, very dangerous. And then you also see the Ala Muliwai, which is the trail that goes up the Muliwai Pali. And if you continue to go on that trail, it takes you to Waimanu Valley. And eventually you can walk all the way, not anymore. There's some breakage in the trail now, but traditionally you could go all the way from Waipiʻo Valley all the way here to Pololu Valley, following this trail over many gauches and many valleys. No leila, ea no ka moʻolelo. Aloha mai, o wau o Callie. This is Callie. She is the main figure, the main heroine sort of in our story. And o Waipio kona one hanau. She was born and raised in Waipiʻo Valley. Now, he mea puna hele no hoi ka opihi. So the thing that Callie loves before anything else is opihi. She loves to eat opihi, and so whenever she can, she goes down to the beach to catch opihi, to pound opihi, to gather opihi, however you want to put it, to ku'i. We our kupuna said to ku'i opihi. Now, one of the things that our kupuna said about the opihi is he ia make ka opihi. Can we all say that together? He ia make ka opihi. Hanaho?
He i'a make ka opihi.
We know ia fish, make dai, opihi, we know what is that. So the idea is the opihi is a fish of death because the opihi is usually found on rocks where the sea is rough, like in Waipio, and there's always the danger of being washed away by the waves when gathering opihi. So here was Calais, and she was so honored for this big opihi that she saw out there on the rocks. And she was trying to time it right. She watched until the wave broke and then receded again. And then she hurried up and got to her opihi. But this opihi was really, really pa, and she pried and it just wouldn't budge. It wouldn't come off the rock. In the meantime, this huge wave came and boom, she was gone. All she remembers is under the water. Those of you who have been in that kind of washing machine, this whitewash, sucking you down, holding you underwater. And she said, we no hoi, this is makeloa vau. That was her last thought. Guarantees this is the end of me. Next thing you know, she wakes up, she's on the sand, and there's this super handsome Kanaka standing right over her, looking at her with a concerned look in his eyes, and goes, Aloha mai, pehea mai nei oi, mai ka I oi? And she kind of gets to it, a little bit of water dripping out her mouth because she really, really got sucked down under the waves, and is just very much enamored by this handsome Kanaka. She doesn't know that this Kanaka has a kino papalua. Anaho kino papalua.
Kino papalua.
Those of you who know the pule na'o makua, we pray for ike papalua, for this insight, for this intuition. A kino papalua is somebody who has multiple forms. So, in other words, a supernatural being that can have two or even more forms. Interestingly, it's also used to refer to people who are possessed by intoxicants. So if you had too much okolehau, let's say, for example, somebody may also refer to you as a kino papalua, because then sometimes this other side of you comes out that nobody has seen before until you had lots of okolehau. So here is this person, but Calais doesn't know that he has a kino papalua. He just looks very handsome to her, and she's very excited to get up and to meet him and to talk story with him. And they meet multiple times on the shore and become friends. And sooner or later, she tells him, I really want you to come home to meet my ohana. And so she brings him home to the ohana, and he, like a good Hawaiian boy, doesn't come empty-handed. He brings some fish, he brings a coconut, he brings a he'e. And so when they get to Calais, Makuakane and Makuahine, Calais says, O ke ia ku'ukane o ka moho. So she introduces him to her family as her husband, her kane, by the name of Kamoho. And the family, is welcomes him into their home, and they are taro planters. So after a little while, Calais' papa asks, I don't see him working in the lo'i, we are all mahi aikalo, and I would like to have a son-in-law that helps me in my lo'i, but Calais says, my hopa hopa, don't worry, because every morning Kamoho brings lots and lots of fish home. And so the father is not really too sad, because now they have both Ia and Ai, which the kalo a lot of times in the poi is just referred to as Ai. And on top of that, Calais assures her father, he pili kua, he pili alo. Anaho, he pili kua, he pili alo.
He pili kua, he pili alo.
Which literally means close to the back, close to the front. And what that Olelo no Iao refers to is a husband that stands in the back of his wife as her protector and as her nurturer, the person who feeds her and takes care of her, with the wife being the protected one. And so her papa is fine, as I said, because he does bring every morning when he comes back, he brings lots of i'a, whether it's fish or he'e, or whether it's crab, lobster, and they are very happy. One day, Callie wakes up and her husband has a kind of sad look on his face, and he tells her, Callie, you have been an awesome wife. You have been olu olu, you have been very kind, and you also have not been yelly. You never ask me where I go. You just kind of are happy when you see me in the morning with my fish and never really ask me what I do. So now is the time to tell you, o wau o ka moho ali'i, ke ali'i mano. I am Kamohoali'i, the king of the sharks. And those of you who are familiar with Kamohoali'i, he is the older brother of Pele. He's the one who guides in his shark form. Remember that Kino Papalua, and he guides the canoe of Pele in his shark form all the way from Kahiki to Ni'ihau, and then to Kauai, and then to Oahu, and then finally down the chain all the way to Hawaii Island, where Pele finds her home at Halemaumau. And he is the ali'i of the mano. And so what had happened is that everything was good among the sharks, and so Kamohoali'i could remain in his kino kanaka and be a good husband to Calais. But at one point there was arguments and trouble among the Mano, and Kamohoali'i realized he couldn't no longer keep his Kino Kanaka. He had to shift back into his Kino Mano, and he told Kale, e kalamai, I have to leave you, and I won't be coming back. And Calais was very distraught. He said, no, 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 I don't want you to leave. And he said, Kalamai, but I have kuleana, and my kuleana is very important, and I have to malama my kuleana. And so he said, before I leave, I need to tell you something very, very important. I'm pretty sure that you are going to have a baby. And once this baby is born, you can feed him i'a, you can feed him he'e, you can feed him papa'i, but under no circumstances are you to feed him any i'o. Do we remember the word i'o? I'o means meat, and whether it's pork or whether it was dog meat or whether it's chicken, no i'o whatsoever is what Kamohoali'i told Calais. Do not feed him any meat. A ohe i'o. Anaho? A ohe i'o.
A ohe i'o.
Like, so Calais is very sad. She cries, and at the same time, though, she's noticing, oh, something wondrous is happening with her kino. And the next thing she knows, walau lau. Walau lau. Hanaho, walau lau.
Walau lau.
Walau lau literally means it's a rapper. And what that refers to is a woman who is hapai, because she is the wrapper of new life within her. So Calais is excited to tell her parents and her tutu lady, walau lau, I am hapai. And they are all happy for her as well, because they know that Kamohoali'i was a good man, and they're excited to have now this mo'opuna coming into their ohana. And not a few months later, the baby is born, and Calais is happy to announce, o Nanaue kona inoa. Hanaho, o Nanaue kona inoa.
O Nanaue kona inoa.
So his name is Nanaue. And that name was given to him by his father, Kamohoali'i, the king of the sharks. And everybody loves Nanaue. We're lucky to have a new baby in our whole household. And it's just the most beautiful thing to smell that baby, to kiss that baby, to hold that baby. And that all of the ohana really, really alohas this baby. They are so happy to malama that baby. However, there is one thing that's a little bit unusual about this baby, and that is that in the back, he has kind of a mark that looks just like a shark's mouth. And so Calais explains to the Ohana that the instructions that Kamohoali'i gave her was to always cover that mark on his back with a kihei. Komo ike kihei, komo mau ike kihei. He should always wear his kihei no matter where he goes. And so from very young on already, Nanaue wears his kihei. During his early years, he lives with his mom and he eats with the women. And so Calais is very careful to only give him i'a. So she gives him fish, she gives him crabs, she gives him he'e, but no i'o. And Nanaue is happy. He eats with the women and he enjoys his fish. And he is what we call a keiki hānai ia I ka poli o ka lima. Hanaho, hānai ia I ka poli o ka lima.
Hanai ia I ka poli o ka lima.
And what that means is fed in the palm of the hand, which means he is a child that is reared with constant attention. He is a kind of a punahele. He gets pretty much whatever he wants, but he's a good boy. He listens to his mom, he listens to his kupuna, and he knows to not go anywhere without his kihei. When he bathes in the pool that is right by the side of the house, the mom takes the kihei off temporarily so he can swim in the water, but she's nearby, and as soon as she sees somebody coming, she gets him out of the water and puts the kihei back on so that nobody ever sees him without a kihei. At about 6 years of age, like all other keiki kane, Nanaue is introduced into the halemua. Traditionally, and there's still families that do that today again, there is a ka'imua ceremony where a young boy is introduced into the halemua, and from that ceremony on, he only eats in the men house. Those of you who know our Hawaiian traditions, you know that we had what is called an aikapu, where the women ate together and the men ate together. So at this age of 6, Nanaue is introduced into the halemua. And before he goes there, Calais makes sure that to remind her grandfather, a ohe i'o. Hanaho?
A ohe i'o.
So she reminds her grandfather, you can give him all kinds of different fish, any kind of fish. He can eat limo, he can eat opihis, he can eat all vana, he'e, papai, whatever that comes from the kai, but make sure ohe'i or no meat, no pork, no dog meat, because our kupuna, they love dog, and or moa, no chicken, ohe'i o. And she reminds him that according to our kupuna, e mālama I ka leo o ke ali'i, o ha'ule wale I ka veo veo. Hana ho, e mālama I ka leo o ke ali'i.
She's still doing Molokai of Nanaue. She's still
Lani?
Kala mai a'u.
E
mālama I ka leo o ke ali'i.
O ha'ule wale I ka veo veo.
O ha'ule wale I ka veo veo.
And so Kamoho Ali'i, we have the word Ali'i in there, right? He is an Ali'i. And what our kupuna said is, take care of the chief's voice, lest it drop among the grass. So he said, make sure that you listen to the leo of Kamoho Ali'i, Aohe I'o. Heed the chief's voice, do not ignore his commands. And so Papa said, oh yeah, hikino, and he took Nanaue and into the Halimua. But it wasn't long after that when Kallie's brothers were gone, um, her father introduced Nanaue to some i'o. And sometimes when we love people so much, we do things that don't make a lot of sense or that are actually not even, that are forbidden or that we're not supposed to do. And now Kupuna shared this olelo no ia with us. He ai kuli ke aloha mai na kupuna mai.
He ai kuli ke aloha mai na kupuna mai.
Love has had a deft way of its own since the days of the ancestors. So the idea is that when you're very much in love, whether it's a kane or a wahine or whether it's your mo'opuna, because there's also a huge love now that I am a tutu, I know about this aloha. And so sometimes we don't heed the counsel. We don't do what we're supposed to do because we just want to spoil that little boy. And Kupuna said, in order for you to be hekane ikaika, pono oe ai ka i'o. If you're going to be a strong man, you got to eat some meat. And so he started to feed Nanaue i'o pua'a and i'o ilio and i'o moa whenever Kallie's brothers weren't there in the house and it was only the Tutukane and Nanaue. And so then Nanaue got older. He lived by the waterfall and by the pool. That's where the Ohana's area was located. And from there, as remember when the picture of Waipio, the ala ali'i went down, and people from Waima and the back of Waipio would come down that valley, and Nanaue would tell them, "E ao, o pau po'o, pau hi'u, yamano." Hanaho, e ao,
E ao,
o pau po'o,
o pau po'o,
pau hi'u,
pau hi'u,
yamano.
yamano.
He would warn them. And basically, what he was saying was, be careful lest you go head and tail into the shark. A warning to be on one's guard. So we can still use that olelo no iau today. If you want somebody to be careful, to be on their guard, what do we say? Eau o pau po'o, pau hi'u, yamano. Hanaho?
E ao, o pau po'o, pau hi'u, yamano.
So he would warn them, and if they didn't listen to his warning and they would keep on walking down that ala to the kahakai, he would turn into a mano, jump into that pool, you go down that all the way to the kahakai. And then the kanaka would be gone. It would disappear. And this happened over and over, and people started to wonder where these people were disappearing to, because people were just disappearing in Waipiʻo Valley. And this happened after the grandfather had died already, and the brothers, Kallie's brothers, would not give Nanaue any meat because they listened to the instructions of Kamohoali'i. So Kamohoali'i was that warning that he had given Aohe I'o was something that was obeyed by the brothers, but unfortunately not by Kallie's dad, who gave Nanaue and allowed Nanaue to eat meat while he was alive. And then when he passed away, all of a sudden, as I said, people started to disappear mysteriously in Waipiʻo Valley. One day, it was a poalima, and the kahea from Umi came out to work in the ko'ele a Umi and help him with his lo'i. People called eala, ealu, e kui lima, hanaho.
e ala, e alu, e kuilima.
Up together, join hands. That was how they called people together to come to the Ko'ele Aumi and help with the lo'i. It was a call to come together and tackle a given task. And so they also called Nanaue, but he acted like he didn't hear. And so Umi sent two Kanaka Lave to get him and to bring him to the Ko'elea Umi. And he came with them, but he worked by himself in one lo'i while everybody else was working in another lo'i. And the people said, this is so weird. Why doesn't he come in and work with us? Why is he always by himself? And what's up with the kihei? All of us guys are wearing a malo, and this guy, he's wearing a kihei. What's wrong with him? And so they started to act like they were chasing one another. And while they were doing that, they went by Nanaue and they ripped off his kihei. And all of a sudden now, they saw this wahamano and snapping at them, and they cried, now we know what is happening. This guy has been eating our kanaka. And right at that point, Nanaue turned into a shark, jumped into his pool at the waterfall, took that lava tube all the way down to the ocean and disappeared. And the people were very distraught. They grabbed Callie and brought her in front of our ali'i, who was Umi at that time. And Umi said, your son has this kino papalua. He is a aikanaka, and he has eaten how many of our people already? And Calais goes, awe, e kalamai. I don't see how that's possible, because I told my ohana, I told the kane not to feed him any i'o. Aohe i'o. I told my father 100 times. I told my brothers. I don't see how he could be the man eater. And so then Calais' brother stepped forward and said, e kalamai Calais, but we did not give him any i'o. We listened to the command of Kamahoali'i, but your father, our father, he had a hard head and he thought that Nanaue should be eating some meat so he would get big and strong. So we're pretty sure that when we weren't there, he gave him some meat. And Calais goes, awe, e kalamai, hanaho?
Aue, e kalamai.
And she was just totally distraught. Well, Umi said, normally in this kind of a case, guarantee you and your brothers would be put to death. But let's check with our kahuna and let's see if he can pule and perhaps have a ho'ike na kapo. He ho'ike na kapo. Hanaho?
He ho'ike na kapo.
And what that means is a revelation of the night, which basically means that he would ask to get an insight through his dreams to know what should be done in this situation. And so as the kahuna went to sleep, Kamohoali'i came to him and he said, Heva ole o Calais. Hanaho?
Heva ole o Calais.
Calais is without blame. She did everything I told her to do. She covered his back with the kihei. She made sure he didn't get any meat. She made sure that her father and her brothers knew that he shouldn't be eating meat, so you shouldn't be punishing her. And so the next morning when the kahuna went to Umi, Umi asked, Heaha kapuana o kamoi? Anaho? Heaha kapuana o kamoi?
Heaha kapuana o kamoi.
What is the answer to the dream? What is the result of your dream? And that we can use in the morning when people wake up and you want to find out about their dream. You can say Heaha kapuana o kamoi. You can also use it when you're thinking about something that's going to be in the future and say, what's the result of this going to be? A very good olelo to use is Heaha kapuana o kamoi. And the answer of the kahuna was Heva ole o Calais. Calais is without blame and she should not be put to death. In fact, Kamohoali'i came to me in my dream and he said, set Calais free, and in turn, and her brothers, and in turn, I will make sure that Nanaue never comes back to Waipio to trouble any of the Kanaka there, and That is my promise. That is the promise of Kamohoali'i to you, Umi, and to all the people of Waipio. And so, sure enough, Nanaue left Waipio and he started to travel. The first place he went was to Hana on Maui. And there, he had all kinds of adventures. Before we go to those adventures, we want to look at the verse in Keiki o ʻāina that talks about Nanaue. Hana ho, he ai kanaka o Nanaue la.
He ai kanaka o Nanaue la.
Keiki a ka moho la.
Keiki a ka moho la.
Komo i ke kihei la.
Komo i ke kihei la.
He waha mano kona.
He waha mano kona.
So what are we saying? Nanaue is a man-eater. Oh, and then we have Keiki o ʻāina la, kalamai. Nanaue is a man-eater. He's the child of Kamoho or Kamohoali'i, the king of the sharks. He wears a kihei because he has a shark's mouth. So what we did there in take that whole story of Nanaue and put it into 4 lines and inserted it into the song Keiki o ʻāina to explain the story in short form. Now, what happened was when he got to Maui, and I'd like to read this part because Mrs. Emalani Nakuina did such a wonderful job in summarizing the story. So he left Hawaii, he crossed to Maui, he landed in Kipahulu, resumed his kino kanaka and went inland. He was seen by the people in question. He told them he was a traveler from Hawaii who had landed at Hana and was going around sightseeing. He was so good looking, pleasant, and beguiling in his conversation that people generally liked him. He was even taken as an aikane by one of the petty chiefs of the place, who gave his own sister for wife to Nanaue. The latter made a stipulation that his sleeping house should be separated from that of his wife on account of a pretended vow, but really in order that his particular second mouth might escape detention. For a while, the charms of the pretty girl who had become his wife seemed to have been sufficient to prevent him from trying to eat human beings, but after a while, when the novelty of his position as husband had worn off, and the desire for human flesh had again become very strong, he resumed the old practice for which he had been driven away from Hawaii. He was eventually detected in the very act of pushing a girl into the sea, jumping in after her, then turning into a shark and commencing to devour her, to the horror of some people who were fishing with hook and rod from some rocks where he had not observed him. These people raised the alarm, and Nanaue, seeing that he was discovered, left for Molokai, where he was not known. So here he is, he leaves Hana and he goes to Kainalu on Molokai. Now, Kainalu on Molokai is on the east part, Manaʻe side, and it is an ahupua'a. And next to that ahupua'a is an ahupua'a called Poniu Ohua. And that's where he originally stays. Here you can see it a little bit up from Walapue. And sooner or later, he starts his Hanaʻai Kanaka again. And he says the same thing to people that he said in Waipio, eau o paupo'o, pauhi'o, yamano. Hanaho?
Eau o paupo'o, pauhi'u, yamano.
But they don't listen, and then as he sees them go into the water, he changes into a shark and he eats them. And this happens more and more often, and the people are very worried. Nobody can go fishing because every time they go into the water, they get sucked down and eaten by a shark. And so finally the people consult a kahuna mano and they ask him what to do. And he says, you need to hemo his kihei so that everybody can see that he has a shark's mouth on his back. And they do. And once he's found out, they try to grab him and bind him with rope, and they want to build a big fire to burn him because they know just killing him regularly is not going to work. Well, as they have him bound by the beach, the kainui, the tide rises, and he switches back into a mano, and they have to bind him some more, and they they hit him and they club him with whatever they can find, pepehiaya, and he's still moving and they still don't know how to kill him. And so they ask a kupua, he's still a young kupua, again, this idea of Akino Papalua, a demigod, his name is Unauna, for help. And he helps them to finally tie him and take him up to Pu'ukainalo. Now, when you go to Molokai today, you will see a kuhoho or a deep ravine. And this is the ravine that was created when they dragged the kino of Nanaue up to Pu'ukainalo. And up there now, there is a pu'u called Pu'umano, where they built a big ahi and they burned him. But even as they were trying to burn him, it was still difficult because he had so much power, and the blood and the water that oozed out of his body killed the fire a couple times. So Unauna advised them to go and cut him up by using ohe from a bamboo grove in Kainalu, the ulu ohe o Kainalu, and cut him up in small pieces and throw all of that into the fire. And finally, Nanaue was killed. The interesting thing is that what happened there is that ohe that grows at Kainalu now is a ohe kumumu, which means it's very blunt. It's not a sharp ohe anymore at all. And that's because they had to cut down almost all of that grove in order to kill Kainalu. And the akua that was in charge of that cove was very upset about it. And so he made that ohe kumumu, made it bland so that nobody can use it as a knife anymore these days. Now, while we have the death of Nanaue in Kainalu, we hear about him in other places, such as Makua on the island of Oahu. And there we have a cave called Kaneana, way down in Makua on the Waianae side. And according to Hawaiian legends, Kaneana or Makua Cave is the home of Nanaue, the son of Kamohoali'i, the brother of Pele. And it is said that weary travelers visiting Kaneana Cave at night are sometimes invited to join an old wrinkled man tending to meat sizzling over a fire. And as soon as the tired travelers become lethargic from eating the meat, the old man transforms into a shark, and then Nanaue kills them and he eats the travelers. Another story that we have from the Honolulu Star Bulletin is that at one time Nanaue lived near Kaneana. He would drag his victims in a cave through a subterranean channel, this again, at high tide, and he would place his victims on a certain slimy stone that was in the cave to await his leisure and his appetite. And then just like everywhere else, Aikanaka, he would eat the people. And here you see the entrance to this Kaneana cave, also referred to as Makua Cave. And so here is our story that we would like us to sing together. Let's do the first line. Everybody, let's read it together. Keiki o ka ʻāina la, ho'olohe mai ka kō la, I na moʻolelo la o ka wā kahiko. And so today we did this verse. Let's read that also together. He ai kanaka o Nanaue la, keiki a ka moho la, komo I ke kihe la, he waha mano kona. And then we have our keiki again. Next time we'll hear about the Ilio Kiko Kiko. In 2 weeks, the Ali'i Kaulana o Umi. And then finally, in June, the story of Pele and Lohiau. And so what we'd like to do now is to sing the song together.
Keiki
Keiki o ka ʻāina hoʻolohe mai ka kola ina moʻolelo o ka wā kahiko. Keiki o ka ʻāina hoʻolohe mai ka kola ina moʻolelo o ka wā kahiko. He akua lili o pelela aloha ia lohi aula ki mai o hiki a kala i ka ipono hea. Keiki o ka ʻāina hoʻolohe mai ka kola ina moʻolelo o ka wā kahiko. Haʻika mai ka puantala hoʻolohe mai ka kola ina moʻolelo o ka wā kahiko. O ka wā kahiko.
So now the next time that you hear this song on the radio, at least you will know what that verse of Nanaue was all about. So one thing about Mo'olelo, we can learn about Mo'okuauhau, about ʻāina, about Hawaiian history, about our kuleana, about values, and we should have fun. King Liholiho, when he was asked, why he was so akamai, he said, "Na wai ho'i ka ole o ke akamai, he ala hele I ma'a I ka hele ia e o'u maumakua." So who would not be wise to walk on that path walked upon by my parents and ancestors? And that's really what Na Moolelo Kahiko is all about, is knowing and sharing the stories of our ancestors. We'd like to end with Mahalo Eye, which is the exact opposite of Aloha Eye, in that we start with the lehu lehu. So we start from inside and we go out to the highest power, which is Akua.
Mahalo e, mahalo e ka lehu lehu, mahalo e nā makua, mahalo e nā kupuna, mahalo e nā aliʻi o Hawaiʻi, mahalo e nā ʻaumakua, mahalo e nā akua, mahalo e.
Ai, mahalo nui a kākou a pau. Mahalo for everybody who has joined us today. If you need more information about us and want to contact us, please feel free to do so. If you want to order our cards for 808, they are available for you. Next Tuesday, we will be doing the Mo'olelo of Pua Pua Lena Lena. Same time, same place. Ahui ho, mālama pono.
Mahalo.
Aloha.